socially, I never really liked school, but I was one of those types of kids that could mix with everybody. I was cool with the athletes. I was cool with the kids that was always in trouble, because at one point that was me. I was cool with the considered nerds,
Right.
gothic kids. I was mixed. So you seen me at different lunch periods
You
sitting.
try to be more of a social butterfly and float around. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Cool with
I
everybody.
could do
There's
that.
nothing
That's
wrong
how
with
I
that.
was.
I used to be the same way when I was in trade school. I went to Job Corps, so it was all a bunch of people. We had people from Philly coming and
Yeah.
Virginia, and you know what I mean. So I would let my friend know like, hey, look, man, I'm about to sit at everybody's table and just start mixing it up. You know what I mean? Because other
Yeah.
people wasn't doing stuff like that. So that's
That's
how you
exactly what I
build
was
with
doing.
people. That's called networking.
Yeah. I always did that. I was cool with everybody. But
That's a
I stopped really going at 16. I got my GED when I was 16 as well, because I
okay.
was getting in trouble for not going. Also being on probation. I was on
Ha-
probation from 13 to 18. So I told the Commonwealth, like, yo, let me go ahead and take the test. Let me try. Clearly, I'm not
Right.
going to school.
So was it a thing where like you kept getting suspended, or like was it like fighting involved where it's like you just kept getting in fights?
I kept getting in
Where
fights at that time, and then at the same
that's what
time,
I'm
I just
trying to get
wasn't
around
going.
to. Like,
Yeah, I just wasn't going. I would go into get in the fights, get suspended, just not come back, and then I
oh,
would get locked up for that. And then it was like, well, at this point, y'all just locked me up because I'm not going to school. So,
do you feel as though it's because you was in Virginia going through that, just because it's a Commonwealth? It's like
no, I feel like it was just
because
how
you
my
you
life
hear
was
that more
going.
commonly in DC, where it's like trouble youth. They don't. I don't know.
Nah, it was more so what I was going through at that time. I had a little rough upbringing. It wasn't all bad, but
Right.
it was kind of rough. So,
But I
uh,
know how it is with Virginia. At
yeah,
the time.
Virginia plays no games, man. Like
That's what I'm saying.
they will really
I've
catch you
gotten
and
I've
get you.
gotten a little trouble out Virginia before. That's why I'm saying like
Yeah,
Virginia,
yeah.
they
They will
gonna
get
size
you, man.
anything up every time, every
They will
time.
get you.
Right.
They'll pull up something from 10 years ago. I was like, what? What? Commonwealth, they don't play, man.
They
They do
charged
not
me
play.
$400 through walking through the metro one time.
What?
Fair invasion. $400 fine is crazy. That's outrageous. Pentagon, Pentagon City.
In the Pentagon. That's why.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
Yeah, they
like,
don't
that's
care about
crazy.
nobody.
Did me dirty.
Real
That's
dirty. $400.
what I'm saying.
But they say you got to pay to go ahead and get locked up.
Yeah, I went ahead and paid it. I gave them money.
Commonwealth. Yeah, go ahead and cross that bread up. I don't mind it.
I went ahead and gave them
Hey,
money, y'all. I wasn't about to play.
go ahead and cough that bread up.
Yeah, so let me know, like, at what point did you know like boxing was like this is sure enough thing? Like I want this to be all in all my everything.
Um, I said, well, I could always fight, so that was just a given. But when I stepped into the ring and I was starting to, you know, get the moves down and comprehend things within a week or two of a lot of people that took them longer to understand.
Right.
Um, when I started also sparring, see, I was 16 sparring grown women at times
Okay.
and boys that were just a little bigger than me. Not, boys trying to take
I
me
like
out, but,
right.
just enough to be able to, for them not to play with me. I was
So
never
you
one to
so
play
you
with.
you was
So,
getting used to, you know what I mean, just the how it would feel,
yeah. So
the
I think
power and stuff like that.
the most pivotal point is when I knew that this was going to work is when I believe I was like 17. Yeah, I just turned 17 and we had went out to spar this MMA chick.
Okay.
Her name was Brittany Hart. I don't know if she remembers me, but we're going at it and she's
Brittany
expecting
Hurt?
Brittany Hart.
Oh, Brittany Hart. Okay, okay.
Yeah, so she was expecting to go soft on me and I'm telling her, don't. Like,
Right.
hit me back because I need to
Right.
know. Man, we was in there scrapping. Like, where I'm in there, this grown woman in the
Giving
mountains
up
of
bumps.
Virginia somewhere
But
just
see
bumping.
this, but that's why I mentioned the TCL because I'm like, I know it did good for Ty, you know what I mean, as far as good bumping. other people who went in there, like my man Darius Jackson, he getting good bump. They won this year, so
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
he's probably also in there with someone his size.
That yeah, that's the thing.
That's
I feel like
that's
it's
the
hard to
big
match you
thing.
up, like to find the right matchup. So they're gonna put you in there with somebody overly sized and that can cause a problem. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
don't.
Because at the
That
same
in my
time,
opinion, that's just not. It's not
right?
worth
It's
it.
not because it's not even going towards your pro career, so it's just gonna put you in harm's way at the same time. So I understand.
Exactly. And then a
That
lot of
makes
these
sense.
girls, the girls that I won't say all of them, but a lot of them that cut down to 118, they're coming from 125, 130. So, they're weighing in the day before, coming fight night, maybe 10 pounds overweight, to where I'm having to eat and do a whole bunch of extra stuff just to make a 118 weight.
Is
And
it is it is it another like sport that you do on the side? Like, I mean, not on the serious, but just
Mhm.
for fun. Like
Um, no, actually, boxing is the only thing that I do, but I do
no
play video
basketball.
games.
I
Nah, I play video games like a mug, though.
feel you. What
For
Call of
sure.
Duty?
I used to run track. I quit track for boxing.
Oh, okay.
I was a great sprinter, 100, 200, and
Do you
400.
feel like that helped you in the ring, like with your like foot movement and stuff like that?
Yeah, it did. A lot of the workouts, as
Good.
far as the exercise point, we was already doing in track.
Okay, okay. So what kind of drills can you say you're working on right now? Like,
Um,
or you don't want to reveal?
I can't. Yeah, I can't reveal too much. Just
I feel
know
it.
that if
Nah,
you
nah, nah,
can
nah.
think
I
of
feel
it,
it. I
I'm
feel
probably doing it.
it.
Basic footwork drills. Speed drills, head movement.
Okay.
Um, power drills. We're doing a lot of, drillers make killers. So
Do you ever like get
lots.
to visit like other gyms?
Yeah.
Like, cause I know they do like tours where round
Yeah,
up the
sometimes
boxes.
I visit other gyms, but a lot of my sparring right now is in house.
Oh, it's a house. Okay.
I used to do a lot of I used to and expect to coming up within like the next couple of months to go ahead and start traveling around
Is
and
there
doing
any
more
females
sparring.
like you watch like growing up that inspired you? Any female
Um,
boxers?
Clarissa Shields, hands down, yes. You got Alicia Baumgartner, yes.
Oh,
Franchon Cruz, I just seen her yesterday. Most definitely her. Layla Ali, you gotta put her in there.
great, a
Can't
great
can't dismiss her out. And Wolf, because she has an
heavy hitter.
overhand right that's ridiculous. Like,
Right.
and
Everybody
what she
always
catches with
gonna
that right
remember
is
that
nuts.
knockout that she put together.
That was scary. I've
Yes.
never seen a woman do that before.
I mean, it was the way that her head hit the canvas. It was kind of, that was what.
Man, she woke up like a zombie, man. That
Right.
was crazy.
That's why it's like I feel a lot of people didn't want to fight her because they knew she came in with like grown man strength.
Right. Some different stuff, man. Like some
Right, and she
completely
trained
different stuff.
boxers as well. She trained
What was his name? Eddie Chambers?
no he fought Canelo. What was his name?
Was it Trout? Nah, the light skinned man. I know who you talking about. I completely forgot his name though.
No, I should know this. Like that's crazy.
I completely forgot his. What is it? The light skinned guy that she trained. I believe he got knocked out by Canelo.
Yeah, that was like a
And I remember
top
exactly how it went
highlight
too.
for a long
I
time
don't know
ago.
his name.
Was it James Kirkland?
Kirkland. Yeah, Kirkland.
Yeah,
They
Kirkland.
said it was rumored that they didn't allow her to go into that fight with him either.
That's the Canelo fight.
Yeah,
It's tough.
that's real. That's a deal. That's a
Because he
break.
was looking good under her, under her training. And then when but at the same time, when you see how great Canelo is, you know,
Yeah, yeah. And
that could have
Canelo was way
that could
younger
have
back
just
then
been
too.
the inevitable. You know what I mean? That might have
Yeah,
happened either way. So,
yeah. It was just meant to be.
how do you feel about the fights from this past weekend?
Oh man, Terrence did his thing. I told everyone. Well, I always said this even months before the fight happened. If Terrence just stays disciplined and he stays on his jab, he uses his feet. moves
Right.
around the ring, stands there when he needs to, and then back off and move when he needs to, he's gonna win off of points.
Okay.
Now, if he got stupid and overly eager and just stood there and banged with Canelo, it wasn't gonna
That
work.
that was
Yeah,
that
it
wasn't
wasn't
gonna
gonna
work
work
out.
out.
I'm glad he did move around, and a lot of people were saying, it was a few people, not a lot of people, but a few people in the comments and stuff saying that he ran. But I'm like, how?
How
I
he was
mean,
hitting them.
what y'all want him to stand there and just be a punching bag and just,
That's
you
what they
know what I
wanted.
mean?
They
Like,
wanted them to
that's
stay. He
not
wanted
part of
them
the
to
game
stand there
plan.
and
Like, you
get
don't
beat
do
up.
that. And
That's what
that's
they
what
wanted.
I feel like. That's what Canelo was trying to bait him into. You know what I
Right.
mean? He was just smart enough to stick to his own game plan. He didn't fall for it. He didn't. He did exchange with him
Yeah.
a good
Most
amount of
definitely on
times,
multiple
which I
occasions.
feel like that was the highlight of the fight where a lot of people thought when he felt that power, he was just going back out. But
Nope.
he stood there and was
He
like, nah,
stood
we in the
right there.
pocket, let's go. You know what I mean?
A lot of people don't understand. Terrence been shot in the back of his head before and
Yeah,
drove
that's tough.
himself to the hospital. Sometimes when you go through a traumatic experience like that, it's not gonna be too much that scares you after that, man, or not too much that you mentally can't just overcome.
So as you go pro right now,
Hmm.
how long do you want to stay within the weight class that you coming in at?
As long as my body allows it to. So I plan on fighting from 101 pounds to 112 pounds.
So because of your height, you wouldn't want to
Yeah,
go up too much and put too much on
yeah,
your.
I'm
Okay,
short.
that makes
I'm
sense.
short.
All right.
And then on top of that, yo, as I get deeper into this game, a lot of these, I've personally seen people fight at 126 and they're walking around 140. So they're cutting all this weight down just to make
Do you
weight.
feel like they drain themselves out before
Yeah, a
fight?
lot of them
Cut
are
that
doing
hard.
that, and nah, I'm not with that. So as
Right.
long as my body fight from 101 to 112, that's where I'm gonna be at.
So how long do you feel like it'll be until you go pro? When are you planning on going pro?
Well, right now, we are,
Looking for opponent?
yeah, we have a couple of options right now. One person that we've been trying to get, she's a punk. So we're not gonna keep trying with her anymore. We looked on BoxRec today and just seen that she picked somebody else. So, it's another one that we're looking at right now, and we're waiting for her team to reach back out and see what they say. So
Right. That's the whole thing,
hopefully,
trying to get the opponent
yeah,
to agree to the fight.
if these girls just go ahead and start, go ahead and fight and stop being scary,
Then you can
then
get
we
your
can go
career
ahead and get
started.
it done.
Right.
Hopefully by the end of the year. Um, but if not by the end of the year, most definitely by January.
Okay. How often do you spar?
Right now, I'm sparring about 3 days out the week. I had a minor injury that I had to recover from recently, so I'm slowly getting back into the sparring aspect. But originally, 3 days out the week.
3 days out the week.
Yeah.
You don't think that's sometime a bit much, or
Terrence Crawford spars 3 days out the week.
I feel that strive for greatness.
When Clarissa's in that mode, she's sparring 3 days out the week. When Alicia Baumgartner is in that mode and she's in fight shape, she's sparring 3 days out the week. So no, that's most definitely not too much because sometimes it's technical sparring, sometimes it's full out sparring,
Okay.
sometimes we're specifically working on specific things. So
So it's never a thing where the spawn is like going over the top, where it's like too much on, you know what I mean, your body, you taking too much damage, you know,
nah,
it's hindering you from, you know.
now I used to be in spar wars, but we're not doing none of that right now. If it gets heated, it gets heated, but that's not the goal to go ahead and
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's just more of a technical thing where y'all just sharpening each other up. It's not a trying to, you know what I mean,
right. Yeah,
slugfest.
yeah, exactly. But if a girl takes it there, I take it there with her.
How do you know like when it's gonna go that route? Like, has it ever got there where it's like you could feel where it's tension before spawn, maybe, or
They usually because you check a person's temperature before you get in the ring, but most of the time when you get in the ring with someone and let's say you and I both agreed on, hey, we're gonna work on our straight punches and moving around,
oh,
going lateral back and forth, and that person goes ahead and just starts coming at you with some heat, and that's not what y'all just talked about. that you
Right.
go ahead and give it back to them. Because why are you playing with me? Like, why are you playing with me? And usually after I do that, they do some grimy stuff.
So do you feel like you get better sparring from the women or the men?
The men.
The men.
Yeah, because a lot of women, I really enjoy sparring women that are my age. I honestly don't like sparring amateur girls or girls that just started because most of the time, and I'm not perfect. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but
But
most of
you
the
feel like you're
time,
getting
man,
out on them.
it just be dumb stuff involved without me saying too much.
One sided like activity or is it
Not one-sided activity, just
just dirtiness? Like
dirtiness. Yeah, and
yeah,
I don't like it, and
I
that's how
understand.
this came about.
Headbutt.
No, an elbow.
Even worse.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. You know, forgive, let the situation go, be grown about it.
How many
Let it
miles do
go.
you run like daily?
What you say?
Like your road work? Like how many miles do you do?
Oh, I try to hit like a good at least 3 miles a day.
Okay,
That's
okay,
minimum.
okay.
That's minimum.
So where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
The next 3 to 5 years, I see myself as a champion and making some money.
That's right.
Yeah. If I can go undisputed, I'm gonna go undisputed.
So let me hear about some of your amateur fights. Like, what can you tell me?
What do you want to know?
I mean, like, how was your first fight?
Oh, the first fight was funny. My first fight, my first amateur fight was in Richmond, Virginia. I believe it was at the East End Boxing Club
Okay.
with one girl. She was going. That was her first amateur fight as well. And man, the fight is so much different from the sparring and the training. Cause man, I was
Right.
tired. Like the second round, I was gassed. But I've always been strong, and I could always fall back on my pure just fighting skills and heart. So that's what I had to fall back on. The girl didn't hit butt so hard, so I wasn't worried about that. But at one point, I want to say like the beginning of the third round to the end of the fight, we were just standing there head to head, just banging. I'm hitting her with body shots. I wasn't as technical back then, so I'm cocking my
Right.
arm back and just wailing, just trying to survive.
All will.
I
All will.
was tired, man.
Trying to outwill her.
I was tired. I was like, oh yeah, this is different, but I won. So yeah, and I fought her again like 3 years ago.
Okay,
I
okay.
don't know what I don't know. I do know what happened, but I'm not gonna speak too much.
What made you know like it's time to go pro? Like,
Uh, I can say from the first time I had a big step up in competition as far as going to nationals. I
Okay.
went ahead and fought the number one girl at 112 pounds in Lubbock, Texas. Um, Her experience kicked in with certain areas and aspects of the fight, but she, as experienced as she is, and her being in the sport since 8 years old and being number one for Team USA, 112 pounds, she couldn't
Okay.
play with me. Like, there wasn't too much playing around that she could do. The first round, she's a southpaw, so the first round she was playing and went orthodox, and I just kept catching her.
Right.
And I could see it in her eyes. From there on out, I could literally see her say, "Oh, I can't play with this one." There was a couple of the 8 counts. It was one 8 count where, in my honest opinion, I'm not talking ish, but I'm being honest.
Right.
I'm the one that threw the last punch. Her head goes backwards, and the ref starts counting, and I'm like, all right, finally, something's going in my favor. He turns to me and starts counting, and her face was like, okay, like dang, but okay. Like it
Right.
was clearly, I got robbed that fight, man. They
Right.
said it was a unanimous decision. If anything, it should have been a 3-2 split, but not unanimous. So I say Team USA most definitely protects their number one girls. Again, I went to Golden Gloves a couple years after that. in the semifinals. So I'm one fight away from the finals. I knew that if I just got through this girl right here, I was going to be a Golden Gloves champion. Um, we got to her, and they robbed me. When I tell you I had my jab going, I was able to move around the ring when I wanted to. I moved my head when I wanted to. I was throwing in combinations. I was looking clean. They still robbed me. And actually, one of those girls assigned to MVP. I want her too. What else? I stepped up in competition again. Every time I go against a number one or a Team USA girl or someone who's supposed to have all this experience, I stick
Right.
right with them or I beat them up. Um, this past December Nationals, I got robbed again. Literally in Richmond, Virginia. Um, we everyone in the crowd was literally saying, "What more did you want me to do?" There were some things that you train on and could have came out a little cleaner,
Right.
but this was one of those times where it's like, yo, that's a blatant robbery. And yeah, the person in the next round, I knew I was going to beat her up too. So the person that um so I got robbed. They gave me the L. That person went on to the next round and got completely dismantled by the person that I knew that I would have beat. So to answer your question, every time I take a step up in competition or sparring against a person who's supposed to have all this experience and they're my size, I'm the one that comes out on
What?
top.
Who are some of the boxers you've like sparred with, like, or you wouldn't want to share?
It's tricky. I will say Natalie Dove is the one that I
Oh,
fought in Golden
I
Gloves,
mean,
and
not
she know I
not
won
even
that.
on the like bad blood type of stuff. It's just who have you got good work with?
I've got some good work with. Let's see, the most recent one was Sarai Brown. I was 18-time national champ.
Okay.
We sparred on 3 separate occasions. Who else? Who else? Honestly, my best work that I've gotten was from Texas when I went to Houston. It's a couple of those girls that aren't even 18 yet, and those are the ones that gave me my best work.
So in house, like you don't spar with the other women in house,
Well, I spar with some of the amateur girls in house, but I can't go full out. I'll have to work on certain things specifically because of
right?
their
You
experience levels.
a little okay,
It's a girl named Bailey Alexander here, though. I believe she's 16 now. We have really good sparring sessions. She's tough. The next time she touches national, she's going to win. She's in our gym too. Um, but I spar the boys a lot of the times
no,
too.
just basically asking like does Ty or Mia work with you on things that help you out, since y'all
Who?
able mates. Ty Rashid, Ty Douglas.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We've gotten some work before, yeah, but she hasn't been.
Oh, she hasn't. Okay, I
Yeah,
wasn't sure.
yeah,
Okay, okay. What about Mia?
yeah. We get good work. We work on things.
Yeah, I mean, just to what I mean, keep you sharp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I'm asking. I don't want you to say the wrong thing. I'm not trying to get you to say the wrong thing. I'm not trying to bait you into nothing crazy. you
No, I
don't gotta
understand. I
think that.
understand.
You don't gotta think that. So like going forward though, like what's like part of outside of boxing, like what are some of the other things you want to achieve? Like any entrepreneur goals, like things you would want to do, like around boxing.
Um, I do want to fund, and more recently, I'm starting on making plates. So, I guess a little bit of more tap into the catering side, and when the time is right, I also want to tap into real estate.
That's right.
Um, I also want to start buying buildings and owning some of these corner stores because every neighborhood needs a corner store. Like in Baltimore, we got 5 corner stores in every corner you go to.
Yeah,
So
I heard a lot of people were starting to buy a lot of property in Baltimore
yeah,
right
so
now and trying to
that right
flip
there
it
is
or
like
either fix
perfect.
it up, either way,
Yeah,
Sometimes they buy it and they come to live, and sometimes they buy it just to flip.
right. Nah, I think I want to do both. I think I want to go ahead and buy some corner stores, open them up, run them. and also buy some real estate, flip the houses, and sell them.
So tell me, how did you come to your gym? Like, what led you to your gym? Like, how did you meet your coach?
Ty. I went through her. I let her know I was done with probation. So at this point, it's like a year after I was, done with probation. I let her know, like, yo, I'm ready to take this boxing thing to the next level. I don't want to. I was in a debate of whether I should stay in Virginia, but
Right.
me knowing who I was at 19, I was still irresponsible with certain things. I was still impulsive with
So,
certain
like, what would you
things.
say is the difference from living in Virginia and living in Baltimore?
Um,
Like, how did you adjust
Basically,
the
when I
change?
came here, I let her know that I was in a debate of whether I should stay or go, and I was in a debate of whether I should stay or go because um, I knew who I was at that point, and I was still a little more childish. So I knew that if I stayed, I was comfortable. So
Right.
with me leaving home, I didn't have the comfortability. So the only thing
Because you
that
knew
there
you was
was
going
for me to
somewhere,
do
it's
was
kind of
to
like the
go to the
unknown.
gym.
You know what I mean? It's the unknown. You don't really know. I mean, did you still visit like Baltimore before you came? Like,
Yeah, I
so
didn't
you
just
are
jump the
you
gun and
already
make
familiar?
a
Okay,
quick
okay.
decision. Yeah, that's stupid.
You ever like come to DC and or like PG area since like we're next door?
I'm sorry, what you say?
I said, do you ever visit like DC or PG like those general areas?
Sometimes for sparring.